Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only Anna Kelly. Hi, Anna.
Hi, good to see you today.
Nice to see you as well. So something I've done since we last spoke is I'm now doing what I call Saturday deep dives with my students of how to get started one rental at a time, which is a course you have added bonus content to. So thank you very much. What we are actually doing the next 2 Saturdays is this Saturday, I'm having Spencer Cornelia and Todd Baldwin, both huge YouTube stars, and both started with house hacking roommate style. And then the following Saturday, I'm having Matt, the lumberjack landlord, and Dion from Dion Talk come on, talk about house hacking units. Yes. What I want people to people that watch us speak may have forgotten that your journey to financial independence really started with a key decision with a fourplex. So how important was house hacking a fourplex to you and your family way back at the beginning?
It was really, really important. And, we had tried making money in real estate and all kinds of different ways to get ahead, starting a business in 2007, which was a mistake. Working at a big corporation, AIG, we thought that we had the American dream. We had the car and all that kind of stuff. When we sold everything to start a business in 2007, we actually did even better than house hacking. We moved in with our in-laws for a year, right? Yeah. Because we moved to a new area. We started a big business with a lot of debt, and we thought this might not be so safe as a good time to buy a house. So we lived with the in-laws a year, saved a little money, and then a 4-unit apartment building came on the market. And this was in 2008, just before the crash. And I said, you know what? It's not wise for us to live above our means to buy another big house. And that was hard, Michael. I had lived in a really nice brand new house in Houston. And then you took a back seat to move in with the in-laws. And I said, okay, we're going to buy this 4-unit. I can live in 1 unit. The other 3 at that time paid the mortgage, the taxes, and almost all my insurance. So we essentially did the house hack because I could live for free. And my thought was, if the economy goes bust or my husband's business goes bust and I lose my job at AIG, because I was one of the first work from home employees ever, and it was a 3-month trial basis, right? I said, we have to have our living expenses covered. And so we took a step back at that time just as a protectionary move. But when the market crashed in 2008 and my company almost went under, my husband's business almost went under, the only thing that was working, Michael, is people still paid rent. And that was my aha moment that, wait, not only is this a smart financial move, a protectionary move to help me to live below my means, tenants are still paying. So I need to buy more. And I bought another 4-unit after that to house hack as well. So we house hacked, and we rented an apartment. It's all about living below your means so that you can protect yourself from financial issues, financial economic collapses, right? And then work to expand your means with all the extra income you would have been putting to a house payment.
Yeah. I want people to remember, this was not just you and your husband. You had at least one, and I believe you had a second child while you were house hacking. Is that correct?
2 kids. So we moved from a big 4-bedroom house in Houston to a small 2-bedroom apartment that had a little tiny makeshift office in the attic. We updated the unit nicely, did a decent kitchen. But it was 4 of us. And not only did we house hack, we gave up a garage. We had to walk through upstairs through the snow with a car carrier with the kid in one arm and holding the hand of another. I thought, this is miserable. It's cold. I'm walking my kids upstairs. I live in this apartment. My tenants were knocking on my door. But you know what? None of that mattered because I had to choose my hard, right? I chose my hard. And that was, okay, I take a step back a little bit. Yes, my tenants know who I am. Yes, they knock on the door. But I had to basically put in rules in place to minimize that. And I realized that hard was a whole lot better than being in financial straits, not knowing where I was going to live, potentially go into bankruptcy or foreclosure like many other people I knew had. Mm-hmm. So I still tell people, if there's one piece of advice I could give anyone that doesn't already have a house or that needs to downsize, it's buy a 4-unit building, triplex, duplex, if that's all you can find, house hack it, cut your expenses until you can expand your means, invest in other property. Then down the road, you can keep that property and then do it again, however many times you want. And the amazing thing is, the part of the reason I recommend this, not just living below your means, but you can get 30-year fixed money.
Owner
occupied, the lowest rates you can possibly get. If it's USDA, meaning it's in a rural area, It's 100% financing, 100% closing costs. If it's FHA, it's 3.5% down. So 96.5% financing. It's the cheapest debt you will ever find as an investor. Do it once, move into another one, do it again. You don't have to put 20% down like you do on all your other investment properties, or 25 or 30% down. It's absolutely the single best investment decision you'll ever make is to house hack a property.
Yeah, I want to say that again. And again, I'm bringing this. It is for my students. Why do I do it for my students? Because I don't want trolls getting on the line. Yeah. We ask these experts questions. These are experts that are giving us 90 minutes of their Saturday. But I will post it on YouTube, right? Everything I do is about giving back. So again, if you're not a student, don't worry about it. It'll be posted late Saturday, maybe Sunday, but it'll come. It'll be in a playlist called Deep Dive. Mm-hmm. But again, Anna Kelly, as we know you today, you can agree or disagree with this statement. I'm going to be curious how you respond. I'm going to guess that you would not be the Anna Kelly that I know today. We frankly may not be having this conversation if you did not choose to house hack a fourplex and maybe you decided to buy a small starter home. We may not be talking today because you'd still be working.
I agree with you. The house hack was the best decision I made because it was the only thing that was going well. And for those that don't know my story, I mean, in 2009, and it was only not even a year after I bought the house hack, we hit the Great Recession. And I worked at AIG, which was in the news every day. They were going bankrupt. The Fed was having to bail them out. So I was told weekly, y'all need to look for another place to work. You need to look for another job. We're going to be sold off, right? So I was like, I'm losing my job. I found out the week I was losing my job when everything crashed that I was pregnant with baby number 3, by the way.
Great. So
we're losing our job. I'm pregnant with baby number 3. My husband's business was slowing down because by then things were really starting to slow. And I cried in that living room. I cried. I remember it like yesterday, praying and going, God, help us to have wisdom in how we can get out of this, right? And it was like that aha that people are still paying. And I took the rest of my 401k and I bought another 4 unit. Our plan was to house hack that one too, because it was bigger. It was a 3-bedroom instead of a 2-bedroom. And they were going to allow me to do that. But then by the time that we got the apartment, we're like, it makes more sense for us to just stay where we are. We rented that one out, but we had 2 house hacks. It changed my perspective of how I was going to grow wealth and how I was going to get out of debt. It wasn't the corporate job security that I thought I had. Folks, if you think you have job security now when we're heading into a deep recession, you don't, right? We're waiting for most companies to post earnings. They're going to be abysmal, right? They're starting to lay off. They're starting hiring freeze. It's happening exactly like it did in 2007 and 2008, back in the last Great Recession in terms of employment. If you think your job's safe, it's not, right? If you have a huge house, it's a huge expense, and you don't already have really, really cheap debt on it, you might think about selling your house and downsizing into something. That's what we did. And Michael, I went from a negative 700,000 net worth, negative 700,000, because we started a big business, right? In 2007, to really strong multi-million-dollar net worth since the last recession. And the only reason is because I house hacked. I saw the value of owning small rental properties. And then I lived below my means for another 7 years before we bought another house. We house hacked, we rented a house instead of buying. And all that money I would have had to put down on a house that we owned, I used that to continue to scoop up really cheap properties in 2009, 10, 11, 12. And it's what allowed me to be where I am today. It was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, folks, I believe house hacking is so important. I'm dedicating 2 Saturdays in a row. We're going to do house hacking version 1, which is roommates. Spencer Cornelia, Todd Baldwin. We'll talk about roommates. Spencer, obviously, in Las Vegas. Todd in Seattle, Bellevue, wherever. And then the following week will be Matt and Dion talking about doing duplexes, tries, quads. House hacking is the way, the cheat code to wealth, snowball income, right, as the cash flow builds. You guys need to watch it. If you want to be live, buy the course, join. If not, don't worry. I'm going to give it to you. You can watch it. It will be 60 to 9 minutes long, 2 weekends in a row. So Anna, where can people find you?
Great. You can find me here every Wednesday going forward, other than summer vacation, right? You can find me on social media at Anna Kelly, REI Mom, and my website, reimom.com.
Thank you very much.